Welcome to Awaaz Community Radio. I'm here to interview Lord Bourne. Lord Bourne is the Communities Minister for the Under Secretary of State for the Department for Communities and Local Government. The Minister is responsible for faith and integration, community cohesion, race equality, troubled families, domestic refugees, travels policy, and migration and communities. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I should say congratulations on your recent award for anti-hate crime, which I think was excellent news. I'm pleased I was there when you won it.
Thank you so much. Please, can you tell us a little bit about your role?
Certainly, my prime role and certainly activities today have been related to faith and integration. I've had visits around Southampton, around Portsmouth, and also into Chichester to talk about cooperation between different faiths in combating some of the problems we have in our communities, but particularly bringing faiths together so that they're able to combat race, hate crime, that sort of issue. That's been part of the discussions we've had today. I've also visited some cathedrals today and heard about the work that they're doing with other religious bodies in their home patches, and been very encouraged to hear what they're doing, because, as you know from the recent award that I just mentioned, it's very important that in the country that we are cohesive and that we are integrated. So a lot of the visits today has been about that. I've also had the great privilege of meeting a Syrian family who are refugees, obviously, who are, I should say, here as asylum seekers from Syria. Heard about the progress that they're making in the community they live in, and been very heartened by what's happening there, and congratulate the people who are working on that to make sure that they're safe and indeed that they're happy here.
So what brought all of this on? I mean, how did it all start?
Sorry, which particular aspect?
You started about that you wanted to visit in October. You mentioned that you wanted to visit every cathedral.
Oh, I see. In relation to the cathedral visits, well, actually, it arose from just a casual conversation. Really, we were talking in the office, and I said I'd visited a lot of the cathedrals of England, and somebody said, "Well, why don't you visit all of them in your first year to find out what the Christian faith is doing along with the Muslim faith and along with the Jewish faith and other faiths to combat some of the problems that we have in the country?" And so this was the focus of ensuring that we've got integration. So I've visited 3 cathedrals today: the Catholic Cathedral in Portsmouth, the Anglican Cathedral in Portsmouth, and also the Anglican Cathedral in Chichester, and heard about what they're doing with other faith communities, because it isn't just about the Christian faith. Important though that is, it's important for the Muslim faith, Hindu, people of the Hindu religion, Buddhists. Every single faith has a part to play here to make sure that we live in safe, secure.
I understand this is your 5th or 6th visit.
I think I've done the 4th and 5th today.
And what have we learned since?
Well, I've learned that every cathedral is very different, and every community is very different, but there are some things in common. And the things in common are that, so far, at least of those I've visited, they're all working with other faiths to try to make sure that we have strong, cohesive communities where people of all faiths have come together to combat things in their local communities, to become friends in their local communities, and to tackle some of the issues that we have together. Not just issues of race, but issues of homelessness, issues of deprivation, things of this nature. So it's been very good to see, and friendships building up, social activity happening, as well as the important work of
you said earlier on about integration, and so you're going out to visit the cathedrals. Is there a desire to visit other faith institutions afterwards?
Oh, there is, and I've certainly been doing that. On one of my first days in office, I visited 8 different faith institutions in the same day. So I visited a mosque.
In one day?
In one day.
Wow, you do more than I do.
I visited a mosque, I visited a Zoroastrian place of worship, I visited a Jain temple, a Hindu temple, a Gurdwara, and Buddhist temple, and a Christian church, all on the same day, because I think it was important. We're a country of many faiths.
Okay, so you also mentioned at the beginning about the Tomah Hate Crime Awards. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yes, well, Tomah is an excellent institution, and it's funded largely by my department. It does a lot of work. Of course, Tomah means monitoring and anti-Muslim activity, because we are very concerned about some of the hate crime issues and the abuse that goes on in relation to different faiths. They do a lot on that. This was the first time they've made these anti-hate crime awards, and so I was very pleased to be there to present the awards and to work alongside the excellent people who are heading up Tomah, and we're in regular contact to find out what's happening and how we can help as a government in the excellent work that they're doing.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for coming to interview me. I really appreciate it.